Here's the gas tank. So I'm gonna make it look like a suitcase. And I got a few ideas with drilling holes with the rivets, cutting this flush down in here for the fuel filler, vintage kind of padlock on there and how you get into the suitcase, leather buckles, leather straps go over the leather, wrap it in this color. Fuel pump will be all black and tucked nice and neatly. You won't even notice it. These are powder coated white. Yeah, and I got some really nice chrome buckles that'll go on there. Build my own belt buckles. Yeah, and that's going to be the kind of leather wrapped suitcase gas tank, vintage style. So let's see how that turns out. I'm gonna get started. Alright, now that I grinded this piece off, I got my drill, the metal bit, just cleaned it out and made myself a little jig because obviously there's no place for the pilot to go. So I should be able to just drill it straight through. So the new filler cap will fit in there now. So I had to build this little retainer piece that's gonna go inside the gas tank. So I bought a piece of aluminum, made a little jig, sawed them all out, grinded them down. So now this can go inside here, right? And then I'll tap and die these out. Same with these holes, thread up from underneath, which will sandwich this inside. And then I'll be able to just, once the bolts are all sticking through, I'll be able to slide that in, put lock washers and acorn chrome nuts on. And then that'll give me the look of the kind of padlock look. The reason why I have to go so extensive on this is because it's meant to go just through like the body, and then a filler piece connected to it with a gear clamp and a Fernco or a Cremco, a rubber coupling. But in order for me to get this flush and the look I'm going for, I kind of had to find out a way how to do it, but it's gonna work perfect. So I'll just finish this up right now. put gloss black pour 15, seal the bottom of the tank. I'll let that dry up. All right, there's the tank. Yeah, so the belts are all done. Kind of built those. How I fastened those on, just used a real strong contact cement and ended it down here so it kind of looks like it goes underneath there. That's all good. Fuel filler. That's done. Works good. Aeromotive fuel pump. It's the Phantom 240. I got little black caps that go in all of these just to hide those all, so it'll just be black, so you won't be able to really see any of those. There was one kind of shitty thing. It's got a ring in here for the factory when the tank was built. That the thread holes inside, they don't line up with the Aeromotive Y, as you can see. They're a little bit crooked. So although they are AN braided lines, I'll be able to straighten them out and they'll go nice and neat under the air tank. It's still a little crooked. So, I mean, to fix that, I would have had to cut the whole tank, re-weld it all in. I mean, that would have been a large job. So I think I'll just have to kind of live with that. It shouldn't be too bad though. These are, if we had an external fuel pump, so they'll have nice stainless steel flush Allen caps that get capped on there. And then I'm getting a tag made so it looks like a vintage suitcase tag that'll cover that so you won't even see that. And then this is where the Holley sending unit goes for the fuel gauge. I'm using the new Holley one, the LiDAR technology. So I can't put that in yet because it's got to calibrate it, but it is on order. It'll be here soon. I'll put it up on the screen so you can see what it looks like, which one I ordered. Other than that, yeah, brackets worked. Everything worked out good. And for the fuel system, gonna go, everything's Aeromotive. Here it is all there. It's all braided, 6 AN lines. It's got the Aeromotive fuel filter, the fuel regulator, the Y fitting, all my AN fittings. So they'll all be custom braided lines made with clutch head adapters. So they just drill into the frame rail and they pop in, so it'll be nice and clean. This will be the setup I'm pretty much going with. The Y fitting into the fuel rails, into the regulator, and returning back to the tank, to the return line. And the vent will just go over here. But other than that, tank's done. I'll just kind of put it in place so you guys can see what it looks like in there and where the air tank will sit on it. And I'll get started. Next video will be running fuel lines, air lines, and the motor's all prepped for paint. Now that's how it kind of looks in the truck. That's obviously the air tank. The brackets aren't fully mounted yet and the buckles aren't fully built, but the air tank will sit in something like that. Compressors on each side. That's how it looks. I do have this old 1930s kind of vintage padlock. I wanted to rig up a way to make it look like, I know obviously the lock goes here and this doesn't exactly represent a suitcase, but it's just supposed to kind of be something different, look like it a bit. I don't know if I'm going to put the lock there. It might be a little cheesy, you know, too much. Let me know what you guys think. It does give it a little character, but I haven't decided yet. If I do, it'll just be double-sided tape, just to kind of hold it there for show. But that's gas tank. And yeah, gonna get started.